It's time! Oh, yeah!
Welcome to the Joy Buzzer.
Could it be? Could it be? It is out of here!
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
At the 20, at the 15, 10-5, touchdown!
My brain just sparkles.
And now for our feature presentation.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience, this is the Joy Buzzer.
Give me a hell, give me a yeah. It's the Joy Buzzer. Friday night,
Pre-recorded.
YouTube, beautiful Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Nikki Cole is here.
How's it going?
The instigator,
back.
Rob C.
Yeah! There you go, bring it on.
We've got the intern.
Yes, I'm back.
He's back.
I'm back.
Back again.
I am the commish. This is the Joy Buzzer, and we are back after our week hiatus. Hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving. I know we all did.
It's fun.
It was a good time. Nick, where do they find us?
They find us right here on the amazing YouTube. And if you want to hear us again, that is iTunes and Stitcher is where you can find us. Are we YouTubing?
And Zach has our Instagrammy thingy going.
He just laughs.
Anyway, you can follow us on the official Joy Buzzer. I know I haven't been doing that well on that, but just stay with me.
bitch.
Stay with me. I'm trying my best here. I'm trying.
He's got to work now.
I'm trying my best.
Do or do not.
gotta work.
There is no try.
Do or do. Oh.
No.
Yoda.
No.
That's right.
No, I try.
I think that's what the Flyers owner said to Ron Hextall.
Ooh.
Well, that's what we're kicking the show off this week because we do got to discuss the whole Ronnie Haxall getting shit on, basically. He got dumped
you're not in the multicam
unceremoniously.
view. You got to slide over.
I don't want to slide.
Sit on
over.
Rob C's lap. Let's see
Come
if
here,
we can-
No touchy.
Can we get
no,
all
no
over?
touchy. You're touchy.
Wait,
You're
wait,
touchy.
wait.
You're
Almost there.
touchy.
Right there.
Almost-
I don't know what you're looking for, but it's a little to the right.
We can see your leg. That works.
That's
Okay,
right. No,
good
no.
enough.
Leave that leg right
This
there.
is fine. I'm right here. I'm good.
We're gonna-
Hexall got fired on Tuesday, actually Monday.
Yeah, Monday officially announced. Tuesday during the.
And I know the entire Delaware Valley questioned why, and
There was a big round of boos. Right?
yeah.
This was the.
Well,
yeah.
the question is why him and not the coach,
Hextall.
not Hextall, Hextall,
And the
Hextall got
biggest, the GM, Ron Hextall.
fired. Right. The Flyers roster. Now we're all Flyers fans in here. The roster is just not Stanley Cup contender yet.
They're full of young guys that got to put in the work. You can't expect it's rare that you get a rookie or second year player to be a superstar of a league, but they potentially have a few of them on this team
Right.
in 3, 4, possibly 5 years.
Now I know that the rumors going around that they fired Hextall because he wouldn't fire the coach.
That's what I was thinking. It was an ultimatum.
Or they fired Hextall because they wanted to bring up Carter Hart, and Hextall said he wasn't ready. There's a number of rumors going around, and the press conference on Tuesday pretty much told us nothing. It told me that the wrong guy definitely got fired. The guy that should have gotten fired was Paul Holmgren.
Paul Holmgren or Hextall. I mean,
Homer's got to go.
That was insane how he danced around every single question. He looked like a politician. You ask him a direct question, and it was, no, he's doing a great job. I like him. Then why fire him?
I was never a fan of Holmgren, the GM. I'm even less a fan now of Holmgren, the Prez.
Yeah.
We all thought Hextall was doing a fine job. He got rid of some long-term contracts that we thought would never be off our books.
Well, we did question him hiring Hextall.
Oh, that was and still being here basically because he's an awful coach. You can say what you want, he is an awful coach.
It may take some time because this is his first ever stint in.
It's been
NHL.
4 years or 3 years. He's got the time, and they got a losing record right now. And that performance against Ottawa the other night was pathetic.
Oh, that was it. We'll get to that Ottawa game.
Yeah.
And
right.
stuff, but
I'm just saying.
I don't get that.
I personally think that they definitely fired the wrong guy. That I think Hextall's got to go, and I think Holmgren should have gone, and
absolutely.
Hextall should have been the one standing.
Right, but not coming to Hextall defense because I do agree. I think he's a great developmental coach because they brought him in for young guys and stuff.
Put him in Lehigh.
Right, and then you put him in Lehigh and stuff. But he was given the roster that he does have. It's just not good enough.
No, the roster's awful,
and it's not awful, but it's just not.
It's not.
Good enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not awful.
You got promising young guys, and you got shit veterans.
I wouldn't say shit veteran. They need
your superstars aren't elite superstars. Let's give them that.
Don't even call them superstars.
Well,
what are they?
They are superstars.
No, they're superstar. Drew's putting up good numbers.
Drew's a superstar. He's the one spreading that rumor.
No, he's putting up good numbers
he
again.
Puts up
this year.
numbers. He's top 5 in scoring.
He finished off.
What has he won? We go through this argument every time. They've won nothing.
You can't say that.
Sure, I can.
Who are the top quarterbacks in the NFL have never won a Super Bowl? So they're shit.
Phil Rivers.
Marino, shit.
He's shit because he's never won a ring.
He's never won a ring.
Really?
You're judged by what you win. You're judged by
obviously not.
If you
if he's in the Hall of
the
Fame.
last game of the season that is played, which is normally the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, the World Series. That's how you're judged, and he's never been there in the end.
Obviously not if he's in the Hall of Fame.
So
in fact, he's never gotten his team to the big dance. He got to the big dance his first or second year when we had
He was a
Pronger and Richards and Carter and Simone Gagne, and Giroux was on that team.
Wasn't he part of the team?
They've gotten nowhere near there since. Yeah, but he was a rookie on that team. He was a nobody on that team.
Don't matter.
He was a fourth-line center on that team. But
whatever. We're going back to.
But I'm just saying, stop saying they have superstars because they don't.
They do.
They're just not elite.
They have big name players.
They got players.
They have players. Don't call them big name, elite.
But they're not. But they're not
They're
shit.
not.
Yeah.
They just don't have a good team.
And you know what? Fine. If they're not that, then you know what? You develop the cohesive team to play.
Right, which
And
falls on the coach.
Hextall has not done.
So you can't blame the players.
Well, I can blame the players
We're
because
missing
the coach thinks they're better than they are and never
They think
develops
they're better
something.
than they
No,
are.
they think they're way better than they are.
And most
But
Flyers fans think
Hextall-
they're better than they are.
No, they don't.
Yeah, most
Hextall
Flyers
never
fans think
developed
that
a
they're
cohesive unit
Yeah.
to play together
Right.
as a team.
But again, he's got young players. He's got young guys now. and
It's
stuff.
there.
Right.
They're missing. This team hasn't really fully been right since we missed out on that Shea Weber deal. That was how long ago?
Right.
We haven't had a great defense since we lost Pronger.
And we're also ignoring the elephant in the room in that this team's goaltending has sucked for 3 years. At least 3 years where they haven't had a great goaltender since Hextall.
Robert Esch.
No. Actually, we did have a great goaltender, and Bob. And we traded him instead of
We didn't have him.
We didn't
have him
but
because
to say we had a great goaltender.
they
Didn't
gave
flourish.
They gave Briz $10 billion for 7 years or something. So
9 years,
Nobody knew what
51
Bob
million.
was going to be.
And that was a Holmgren deal.
Yeah.
right.
But nobody knew what Bob was going to be.
No one knew.
Nobody knew he's going to
Nobody
be
knew.
now a two-time Vezina winning goalie.
I agree.
You know?
That's very true. But I'm saying we did have a superstar goalie in our system, in our pipeline.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
guess what?
We gave it away.
I got $20 on Cal Picker wins the Vezina Trophy this year.
I doubt it. I honestly doubt it.
You watch.
That guy from Ottawa will win the Vezina before Cal Pickard does. The 37-year-old journeyman
that we
shut
should have
him
pumped
down.
in 12 goals the other night.
But you just, I don't. It's definitely on coaching, Ron. And they just kept going. What has Ron Hextall done that you didn't like? And it was just, he's a great guy. He set us up with a good farm system. He got rid of cap space. He gave us cap space. Okay, so why fire him?
Right,
then?
that's basically his job.
Right.
He did his job.
He did his job.
The only thing he didn't do right was the coach.
That had to be an ultimatum. It had to be fire
That
Hextall or
possibly
you're
was.
gone. Because all Holmgren kept saying was how good he's done, the work that he's done.
Right.
He's gave this team possibility to set up for great in the future with these young kids.
And I, you know what? I personally think it was fire Hextall or you're gone. And he said, well, you know what? I quit. Don't give me an ultimatum. I don't think he was relieved of his duties. I think he walked out. I really do. I
don't
really
think
believe
he
that.
wouldn't walk out on this organization.
No, I don't think
he
so.
would if
He's not a quitter.
If he sticks by his guns enough.
No, I don't believe that.
We all know he's a very proud man.
Right.
Yeah, but he's not
proud
a quitter either.
proud enough to walk out on his team.
He's not.
If given an ultimatum, you don't know how you react.
No.
Not
I don't think you don't. He wouldn't walk out.
I don't know.
You're
I'd
wrong.
say would
You're
fight,
wrong.
fight,
I don't
fight.
know.
He fought for his guy, and he took the sword for him.
Yeah.
I'll say that. He took the sword for the coach, and the coach is probably
But
gonna
you know
be
what?
gone.
Then why not fire the coach that day too?
Because they wanted the new GM to come in and bring in a coach. Because what would be the point of firing the coach the same day, and then the new GM come in, and you're gonna then get rid of the intern coach? They're gonna have 4 coaches in one season,
Right.
3 coaches in one season.
And they
That's too
obviously
much.
didn't like Gordon Murphy to take his place because they
fired
went in-
him.
They
Got rid of
fired
him.
Gordon
and
Murphy.
the assistant GM
The assist-
too.
Yeah.
So
They fired everyone but the coach because you want the new
You want
GM to come in
consistency.
and bring in a new coach.
Right.
But you know he's gone. You know Hextall ain't gonna stay
Yeah,
around.
yeah, he's on borrowed time.
Yeah,
now.
this is kind of a throwaway season.
It's a team. in
Every
disarray.
season for the last 40 years with a throwaway season.
It's a team in disarray.
no. Last year was a huge step forward. We just
took 12 steps back.
okay.
But
But
how can you say it's a step forward?
you got the young guy, you got the young kids playoff experience,
and
which
speaking
they
of young
needed.
kids, what's wrong with Provolone? Because he's definitely taken 2 giant steps back.
I don't know.
He's gotten worse.
He's a sophomore slump. Who knows?
But it's his 3rd year. We already went through this.
yeah, we
It's his
figured out.
3rd year.
I thought he was only here for 2 years. This is his 3rd year with the team.
It can't be a sophomore
yeah,
slump. It can't be. It's just.
But he's still what 20,
I don't-
21?
I don't think
he's a young kid, but he's
a young
taken
kid.
He's taken giant steps backwards.
He doesn't have that giant veteran to look at right now. Because
He-
last year
he didn't have one before.
Last year was huge because last year when they were all sophomore year or rookie season with the defense, when Andrew McDonald went out, we were screwed. That defense was a mess. And when McDonald came back, he was the veteran that they needed to look to see how to. Just let me finish.
Okay, because I got a question for you.
Just to see how to play this game smart. So when McDonald came back last year from injury,
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Get back over
I'm
here.
not moving over.
when McDonald came
No
back
touchy.
from injury last year, it really helped the team out because the young kids could watch him and slow it down and figure themselves out.
He's not even paying
This-
attention.
no, he's
All
not.
he's doing right
No,
now
no,
is
no.
He's blanking out from anger right
Yeah,
now.
he's like,
So
Because I got to ask this
so
question.
this season,
I got to ask this question.
this season, McDonald is nowhere what he did last year, and
Right.
nowhere as much as of a help as a veteran that he was last year. He's not even playing
Does
this year.
Andrew McDonald have like naked pictures of you or something? Because you kiss his ass like no one I've ever seen.
You just
that's
so
what
he
he was
wasn't
there for.
listening.
He
Oh,
was-
I listened to
He
your
wasn't
whole
listening.
thing. I listened to your whole thing.
Yeah,
It
you're
makes
right.
no
He was
sense.
I was blacking
No,
out.
he
from
was
anger.
listening
No.
to the question, repeated it in his head over and
Yeah.
over and over
Yeah.
again.
But
How am
it's
I
like-
going to
was
deliver
listening.
this?
How am I gonna
How am I
deliver
going to deliver this?
How am I gonna deliver
I
this?
listened to
Should I
your.
do it
to
like
your-
Captain Kirk? Is Andrew Donald got naked pictures of
I listened to your whole
Should I
rant
cross my
there, and I
arms?
don't
Should
get
I-
it.
So what was the
Lean
last? What was,
forward.
what was
He's
the last?
provided
game?
no
Shut
veteran
up!
experience. He's provided absolutely zero veteran experience.
What was the last thing that I said?
You're talking about him providing veteran experience, and when he came back last year, how great he was, and this and that.
That wasn't the last thing.
Bullshit.
That wasn't the last thing I just said.
Well, it's all bullshit.
Did you?
Because he's done nothing.
Thank you. Yeah, he definitely wasn't listening to a
I
word I
listened
just
to
said.
your
Told you.
whole
I told
rant,
you.
and it was bullshit.
Then what was the last thing I just said about this season?
That he sucked this season.
So how is that me defending him?
Because you've been kissing his ass for 3 years since we started the show. Oh, Andrew McDonald's a veteran presence we need. Yeah, he's not that good, but he's the veteran presence we need. He's shit.
And I said he hasn't worked out this year. Last year, you
Any
can't
year.
deny that.
Any year.
You bastard.
Like I said, him,
I was waiting
And
for
I said,
Judas,
you can't.
get rid of them
fart
all.
noise.
Get rid of them all.
Gudas was one of our most steady defensemen this year.
Please. Please.
You don't even watch the Flyers.
This
What the
is
hell
the
are you talking
problem.
about?
This is the problem with all you Flyers fans.
Oh, you fly.
See, so I know
What do
he's
you
not a
mean,
Flyers
you?
fan.
What do you mean, you people?
You get attached
What
to
do you
these
mean,
players
you
that
people?
aren't very good, but you think they're great, so we can't get rid of them. They got to stick around. They're going to win us a cup. They're not going to win us dick.
Gudas has been the most consistent defenseman we've had this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Radko Gudas.
And he's got
Right.
he has one goal. He has 3 assists,
Oh,
and he's got 140 penalty minutes.
He's a defenseman.
With 1 goal, 3 assists, and 140 penalty minutes.
So
what's his plus minus?
What does the goal matter? He's a defenseman. You're not relying on
It's
them for
an
goal
offensive
scoring.
league now. You need defensemen that score goals. It's offensive league.
You also just need. Yeah, we have Sanheim and Provorov and Ghost, and not all of them have to score.
Sure they do.
No, you're wrong.
Then why bother? Then why bother being on the ice if you have no potential to put the puck in the net?
The goalie has the potential. Yeah, the goalie has the potential to put the puck in the net.
I'm glad you said that.
What, that the goalie has the potential?
No, because you're saying that
He said not the job, so don't take this out on me.
We've had this argument before too. That when I say the goalies suck, the defense has to help. Where's your great Radko Gudas?
Well, don't they?
Right. And where's your great Radko Gudas? What's he
They've all
done?
been slipping. He's been.
I'm
the most
trying to pull up the
consistent
plus
defenseman.
minus for this.
He's
team.
been
Thank you.
consistently shit.
No.
Again, you've got to take off those rose-colored glasses, Nick.
I'm not wearing glasses, jackass.
And realize that this team as a whole sucks.
You're a whole.
There's about...
They have no coaching.
There's 8 players on this team that maybe 8 or 9 that should stick around. Everybody else, gone. Because they're not that good.
You just don't. You don't. You've been against Giroux ever since they, dubbed him.
I like Giroux. I do.
But you're arguing
but
with
don't
him.
call him a superstar because he's not.
You were arguing with his stats last year.
I argue with stats every year.
Did he not lead the
He
league
had a
almost
great-
in every
hey,
single
he had
thing?
a great year last year.
And you called him shit.
I think he's shit. He should have done better.
So how if he's the top in the league of everything, almost every stat, how was he
Did
shit?
they win the Stanley Cup?
The hell does
Did
that
they
matter?
get out of the first round of the playoffs? Of course it matters.
does that matter?
Everything matters. Winning the cup is the reason you play. Of
Really?
course it matters.
I just learned something today. I thought you just played
so
for the fun
guys
of
like
it.
him. Don't even start on Voracek. I'm not going to say a word about him tonight. Simmons. These guys, they've had their shot. They failed, and they're continuing to fail. So you know what?
I wouldn't say they failed. They didn't have the
Bye-bye.
pieces around them.
Bye-bye.
It's not a one-person team, right?
If I can get Rob's pack of pepperoni and cheese with the crackers for freaking Wayne Simmons, I'd take it today. Because they're done.
And it's
I do agree they've held on to Simmons too long.
They should have traded him 3 or 4 years ago and could have gotten something for him.
And yeah, I do believe that some of the pieces on this roster, as it exists right now, can't win you a Stanley Cup.
No.
See, the problem.
Guys like Raffle, he stinks.
Yeah, but you can't. You're not going to have a team full of superstars. That's not.
I don't want a team full of superstars.
This isn't the NBA.
I want a team.
Okay, but you're looking like you're calling out Raffle. You're calling out these other dudes. You're not going to have
Because they've outlived their prime.
You're not
going to
have 12 starting forwards that are superstars, that are the top 12 players in the league.
You don't want
need
that.
filler guys.
Exactly. You don't
Right.
want that. But you're calling these filler guys the superstars.
Who? Raffle's not a superstar.
Giroux, Voracek, Wayne Simmons.
Giroux is not a filler.
JVR.
Giroux is not
They're
a filler.
fillers.
I may not
They're
like him.
fillers.
I may not like him as a
At
captain.
best,
I don't like
they're
him as
fillers.
a captain. He's not a filler, dude. But see, I take whatever you say, and it's hard because a goaltender, if they let in 1 goal in their career, they're shit to you.
No, I'm just playing around with that.
So
I know
tough
these
to
goalies
it's tough
have
to figure that out.
Most like these goalies have no shot with the shit defense playing in front of them. I understand
Right.
that. But when you see a guy like Brian Elliott or Neuwirth letting in those just weak goals.
Goalies get soft. Yeah, absolutely. But it also, the defense is supposed to be there to bail them out. So you got like Stolars the other night. That was all deflections.
Sure
You blame
was.
them on him?
No, I don't.
So would you say he had a shit game? Because he let in 4 goals?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't. But
Because you have before.
well, with Elliott and Neuwirth, absolutely I will because they're shit goalies. So of course they're going to have shit games.
I don't think we'll see Norberg.
Here's
I
a
hope
surprising
not.
stat. Ratko Gudas is actually a +5.
That's great.
But he sucks ass.
Awesome. What's he done for you? Nothing.
What's he done for me lately?
Nothing.
22 games, 1 goal. Right.
He just scored. Wasn't that against
Honestly,
Ottawa the other night?
yeah, it
Only got the
was.
one goal.
On
1 goal,
But
5 assists.
I look at, if I see, Ghost
Here's
and maybe
a-
Provorov with very little goals at the end of the season, there's a problem.
Here's a
Right.
surprising
They're
stat.
offensive-minded defenders.
So, and speaking of young guys, Shane Gostisbehere, -13.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's a big problem.
Voracek, -11.
There's no shock there.
Provorov is a -4.
But there's
But
barely
you see,
anybody on this team.
also,
that
too,
probably
these are the
plus
guys.
numbers. Who's plot?
Provolone and Ghost. And you see their total ice time is way more than everybody else's.
Wayne
They're on
Simmons
the ice.
is a -6.
But Provorov always has high since
That's
he
what I'm saying.
started.
That's why, you're plus minus with them. Okay, it's going to happen because
Claude Giroux, -1.
That's what I mean. But who's
superstar.
Who's plus on this team?
Ragagudis.
Konechny is a +4.
Okay.
Lindblom's a +2. There's no big.
That's what I mean.
Hag, Robert Hag is a +9.
Damn, I like Hag. I like the
him
young.
That's something to build around.
I
Right
like
there.
the young defenseman. It's just
There's your new Gudis is Haig.
Some kid named Christian Fulham is a +7. He's only played 17 games.
He's
though.
been playing.
Axel
he's
Foley?
been playing back and forth.
Beverly Hills Cop?
He's a +7. I mean, keep him up here.
Yeah, he's a +7.
Yeah, he's been back and forth. He was filling in when Raffle was gone.
Andrew McDonald, your favorite, is -3.
Anybody over
But that's
the age,
a team over.
Anybody over the age of 28,
That's it. The whole team.
gone.
The whole team's down.
You might as well just start over.
So the whole team is,
So
take your
you're
lumps.
suggesting just grenade this team.
Absolutely.
Get rid of valuable pieces like Giroux and Voracek and get
Simmons and
Simmons.
JVR and Gudis and McDonald.
Why would you
Basically
get rid of
saying have a
JVR?
fire sale.
Yeah,
them all
basically
in the trade.
sell this team.
But do you understand? Like
and start fresh.
you're saying,
But you still have to keep the young players.
You're
around.
saying from where we are right now with these young kids and then the mix in of veterans that we have, we're about 4 or 5 years away
From contending.
from contending. You get rid of all of our big names, quote unquote,
And we're
big
still
names.
4 or 5 years away.
We're like 6 years away,
Nah,
7
we're
years
still
away.
4 or 5 years away.
These kids are young.
They're not that young. They've been around now for a couple of seasons. They know what it takes.
2-3 seasons isn't that much?
Sure it is. In hockey it is. It's 82 games. They've played 3 seasons. They played over 200 games.
No, you're wrong, sir. Very wrong.
No.
But the big thing is, there's going to have to be some roster turnover. They're going to bring a new coach in here. The GM has got to bring in a coach that's going to further develop these young players, and you do have to change pieces because this roster
absolutely
is just not good enough. And as positive as going to the playoffs and trying to compete against the Penguins was last year, the team just is not good enough to go further into the playoffs.
You still we lost to Pittsburgh. Yeah, well, obviously that sucks anyway. We took it to a game 6. They should have swept us.
They still lost.
They're still
I don't
not
care
good.
what game it was. They
It's
still
a moral
lost.
victory.
They did not win the cup. That's the whole thing.
No shit,
That's
'cause I'd be
why
going
you
nuts.
play hockey, to win the Stanley Cup.
That's why you play any sport.
Well, you got to have a team that at least can get you consistently to the playoffs.
No, because that's what we had for 40 years.
No, we didn't. There were years where we didn't make the playoffs.
Sure there is, but I'm
That was
just
a
saying.
while ago.
From 88 to, wherever on,
They
made the playoffs every year and got nowhere.
But they were a
And then they got
quality team, and
shitty
then-
draft picks because they're so high, and
Right.
we never rebuilt.
Right. Well, but
We
with the
rebuilt
Lindros
just in
teams,
the
they
wrong
were
way.
expected to go further, and they just fell short.
I think it's time to just blow it all up, start fresh, keep the young kids around,
I
bring
don't-
up Carter Hart. So you're going to have a few down years,
I'd
but when
see
they
that.
finally turn it on, this could be fun. I'm excited for the future if it's done right.
Which they fired the guy who's been doing it right.
That's what worries me now.
Right.
That's what truly worries me.
This
because
is the major problem.
he
Is the guy who, and literally, it's all Holmgren said was he set us up for a great future. He set us up with a great forward team. He set us up with cap space. So why fire him?
The LA
Obviously, the
Kings-
guy's doing this right, and you fired him.
The LA Kings had a run of what 4 or 5 years in a row where they were
With
either
our
in
team.
the finals or
With
winning.
our team.
right? but I'm
With
just saying
our
they're making
throwaway
it-
guys.
Yeah, our
Right.
team. That's what I mean.
And young guys.
That's why Cal Picker's
And-
going to be the Vezina Trophy winner this year.
But my point is that Hextall was there to help build that. So he was, I think that's what he was aiming for here, to get a run of 5 or 6 great years in a row where they're either in the conference finals or in the Stanley Cup finals or winning the cup. Which is what the Kings did for a good, handful of years there.
1-2, right?
And now
2 and 3 years.
Our one shot to do that has been let go, and Holmgren is still here, who's been doing the Flyer way since 1974.
Right.
You know
even
what?
Even when he went to Hartford,
That
I don't
Flyer
thi-
way doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't, and
doesn't.
he hasn't been a quality front office guy.
Right.
No.
I didn't like him the job he did in Hartford when he was with the GM for the Whalers. He got bumped up to the league office, did some other things or whatever. I don't think he's the right guy for that presidency job.
Nope.
Loved him as a player, but yeah, I don't think he's a good exec.
And the names they're throwing around to replace him, guys like Pronger. Well, Pronger's already said he's not interested.
Right, yeah.
And Ronnie Francis and a couple other guys. I don't want that. I don't want a former player. I don't. I want either an assistant GM somewhere who's doing a good job, or I want an agent because they know hockey. They know who does what and where and what, the good things they do and the bad things players do. I don't want a former player who just sees things the way a player sees them. I want to see, like I said, agents, they know front offices, they know players, they know everything about it. Or an assistant GM who's doing a good job right now. That's who I want in here. And I don't want a former Flyer.
But that was the biggest thing with Hextall with Carter Hart, was he was saying how much the minor leagues meant to him.
Right.
We saw how good Hextall was. So why do you want Carter Hart up here now? If Hextall was saying he needs to stay down there for another season, which apparently he hasn't been playing that great lately.
No, he hasn't.
So why would you want him up here now getting obliterated by superstars?
On-the-job training. On-the-job training.
But a young kid, and it's always... Look at Fultz. He gets in his head, he could be shit.
Yeah.
If Hextall is saying
then
he needs another year in the minors, as a great goalie as he was, saying that extra year in the minors helped him, Carter Hart needs to stay down there.
Right, and as far as on-the-job training, the young defense are getting on-the-job training now,
Right,
and they're getting shit on.
Which is exactly why you want to bring this kid up. This team's not going to win the cup. We know that. This team probably won't make the playoffs. We know that. So why are you holding back this kid on a team that you're not expecting to contend anyway? Let him play.
Confidence.
Let him play.
You're going to put him up on a shitty team with no defense in front of him whatsoever, so he's going to face 45 shots a night from quality goal scorers? That's going to rattle you.
Okay. Then we know that this kid isn't the guy we thought he was because he got rattled.
Unless you gave him another year in the minors to set himself and then bring him up.
What's he learning in the minors right now? He's getting lit up by marginal players at best or young kids.
It's just experience. He's young. Let him
give him the experience in the NHL. There's no difference.
There's
but you want to set your team up to win in the NHL.
There's no difference between the NHL and the AHL.
It's still the same hockey game.
Why are you
really?
It's the same game.
Wow.
Why do you want on the job training?
There's better players in the NHL. Don't get me wrong. Don't.
So wouldn't that be a major difference?
Sure, it is. Of course, it's got to be. But it's the same game. It's the same exact game. It's hockey. And as a goalie, your job is to stop the puck. That's your job.
Oh, God.
So why is it different between the AHL and the NHL besides the fact you have better players?
So we've never seen – there's never been I'm sorry, we're listening to the echo. And it's coming from your computer.
No, they can't. It's
amazing. I just shut the aux off.
Yeah, it was from the aux.
There's nothing playing.
No, it's still – you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
That's aux on. That's aux off.
Oh, really?
Wax on.
Wax on. Wax off. But you look at college. You tell me superstars in college, they get to the NFL and then they're a bust? So
some have been.
Right.
Yes, a lot have been.
A lot.
No.
So why rattle this kid? I don't want to rattle.
There's no guarantees.
Right.
There's no guarantees in anything. So let's see what the kid can do. You can tell as a fan, especially as a coach or a GM, that even though the kid's getting rattled or getting beat, you could tell if he's got that one thing that's going to make him a great goalie. You could see it. You'll know right away.
Right.
So let's see if this kid has it.
But when are the Flyers lucked out with finding that?
They have.
And it's rare that you even see those goalies like that don't exist anymore.
No, they don't.
I was talking to the one guy we worked with. He was saying that Robert or Lundqvist is the Rangers goalie for over years. Flyers have had 19 goalies in that rotation since he's been their star goaltender.
Yep.
We can't find
I get it.
You can't find them, and they don't exist.
Guys like Brodeur and Dominic Hasek, they're gone.
Nope. Yeah,
You'll
that's
never
what I
see
mean.
them again. And Patrick Waugh, those guys are gone. They're just a figment of your imagination now.
But that's also the thing that the NHL wants. They don't want those massive goalies anymore. They want to see goals.
They want goals.
They don't want to see.
about goals.
They don't want to
Sure
see great goaltending anymore. They want to see goal scorers.
Yep.
But still,
I agree.
But to win championships, though, you need a goaltender.
Absolutely. You got to have,
you got to have a goaltender hot at the right time.
I was going to say it's got to just be a hot goaltender.
Right, because
it could be me
the
all
Capitals
season.
don't win that cup last year unless what's his name? Hopi.
Oh no,
Hopi.
Not at all.
Outplayed.
Hopi played out of his mind in the finals.
But that's what you got with the Kings.
Right.
It was Jonathan Quick who just happened to get hot.
Yeah.
and he carried them to Stanley Cups.
But also, too, if you don't have a team around you that can put the puck in the net, it doesn't matter how high your goal is.
It is a complete
and we
team.
don't have that either. So
It's a hot goaltender, but it is a complete team thing. Because obviously, if you're not scoring, what's a great goaltender mean?
Right.
It's like Cole Hamels. It's all that. He lets up one run, we lose the game.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
No.
I
I was gonna wrap it up because I know you guys.
was getting ready to wrap it up too.
All right, well then you wrap it up. Chris.
Hey, is it Christmas time? We wrap it in here?
Getting back to the original point, Ron Hextall was let go, and
Wrongly.
we all agree it was a
Wrong.
mistake.
Yes.
That's
Sure.
Very big. Yeah, what do you got on this, Intern?
Thanks.
Yeah. And
Thanks for the input for the
Thanks
past
for-
half hour.
What do you want me to say?
The only thing he
What do you want me to
inputted
say?
was he looked over at my laptop and went, "Oh, is that the father's pitch?"
I was trying to get
Zach,
away
have
from
you
the
been watching
argument.
the Sixers at all?
I have been actually.
Okay,
I have.
what you can tell us about
What
the
are they up?
Sixers?
What are they up to?
Fultz is meeting with his shoulder doctor again.
Mm-hmm.
Butler looks really good in the Sixers uniform.
Yes,
He's
he
been
does.
he hit 2 game winners so far.
Yes, he has.
Embiid is looking like Embiid. Simmons looking like Simmons. So far the team has been playing good, from what I see, from my vision. I don't know about you guys, but the team has been playing really good, except for that one game against Cleveland. That was bad.
Sorry.
Yeah,
see,
I'm
that's-
trying to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
I think it's this cable.
Sixers. Just they got little things. Little king. It's the coach.
You know, they're playing well, and they have Butler now, and they have and he's teaming well with Simmons and with Redick and with JoJo.
He fit really well in the system.
He did. He slid right in. I'm never going to be a fan of Brett Brown's. Just we all know this. I don't think he's the right coach for it right now. But I'll be honest. I hope he proves me wrong.
Well, it's again. It's
So far he's been doing well. that
Yeah, but
I've
you know
seen.
what? When
They-
games like the one against Cleveland,
Nah, they should have won that game.
and the one who else?
I blame
lost
that on
to?
that Kardashian girl, by the way.
Yes.
yeah, I agree with that.
They're giving Simmons the Kardashian curse.
They started the petition to have her not come to games.
Yeah.
But it's they're supposed to be blown out the Nets, right? And
They're
they
supposed-
get blown out, and then it comes down to a game-winning shot in the
Right.
last second.
And that's what
That's-
that's been their struggle this year is that they were supposed to be blowing out some of these teams like the Orlando Magic
Right. Yeah.
and
But they've been letting teams come back on them. They've been
And that's
up like
that's been a
20
2-year
points, and
process.
then next thing you know, they're coming back on them.
and that's been going on for 2 years
Yeah.
now.
That's been-
where they
that's been bad.
they get
Coach,
up to
right?
big leads, and then in the third
They can't
quarter
hold 'em.
they can't hold them, and then it's a tight game.
Can't hold them, or Brett Brown pulls out the starters.
No, I
'Cause
can't
that's
hold
Either
them.
or.
No, they
So
can't hold
They
them.
can't hold them.
Can't hold them.
They stop.
Okay.
They take their foot off the
Right.
gas.
Because the Nets or whoever else will go into the locker room at halftime and make adjustments. Where Brett Brown, I don't think, is capable of making adjustments to contain a lead. I mean, he'll have make plenty of adjustments to try and
It's gotta
get back
be,
in the game kind of thing.
All right, we can blame a little bit of that on Brett Brown, but it's also the players. The players,
the
players
players.
got to
Sure they
know.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Players
Sure
got
they
to
do.
know. It's the third period. We're up 20. You know what? Let's play defense.
Right.
Let's go shot for shot because if they trade baskets for the rest of the game, they win.
They're still
They
up
win.
20.
They're still up 20.
Exactly. Yeah, that's all they need to do.
But they go, they take their foot off the gas. Everybody decides that they want to be Steph Curry, including JoJo,
Yeah.
and wants to take 3
That's the
pointers
one
from
thing
the
that
top
makes
of
me
the
mad.
key.
That's the one thing that
Well,
makes
if
me
you
mad.
notice the last couple games coming down the stretch, it's been Butler out on the wing and JoJo underneath, which is what it should have been.
Which is where
that's what I like.
which is what it's
JoJo
gotta
hasn't been
be.
taking that many shots.
Right, because nobody's going to stop Embiid when he gets the ball down.
No.
And
no.
nobody.
You
And
probably-
the Knicks game proved it.
Right.
No one was able to stop him. No one.
That cancer.
Was anyone able to stop him?
That cancer, the big dude from the Knicks. He's a big dude.
He's big.
And JoJo just made him look silly.
And then when they switched off, with a smaller guy who was 6'1", and JoJo just devoured him.
Yeah.
So
He looked at him and laughed.
Yeah.
he literally he made 2 moves
But
and was slamming.
There were some things I had questioned about with the Knicks game. Like there was some like alignments that I was questioning because they had like T.J. McConnell against one of the taller dudes. And I'm like, why do they have like one of the smallest dude on the team guard against the
Because they're constantly
dude?
switching off.
right.
But
they
still,
do.
like if you see that matchup, you gotta at least
Of
help out a
course,
bit.
but I'm just saying,
yeah,
it's
you
you're
gotta
constantly
swing.
Yeah.
But
still,
switching
though.
is good. Switching is good. That means they're playing more zone.
Yeah.
But they also need the guys to realize, okay, now we got to back up people and
Right.
stuff, and you got to do your
But
rotations.
the one thing
right.
that I have been noticing is that they have not been guarding people beyond the arc. they haven't been guarding that many.
Nope.
Haven't been doing that well. With
No,
it.
they don't.
They
They
don't.
do not.
Their
at the
3-point
tops.
defense is not very
It's
good.
not
It's
very
not
good.
very
They
good at
give,
all.
they give shooters wide open
They
looks
do.
all the time.
The thing that's bugging me about the Sixers right now is it's usually one guy who's just, you got Kemba lighting him for 60 a couple weeks ago.
It's like the Flyers with a goaltender. We like one person look like a Hall of Famer,
Right.
and the other team
Yes.
it shouldn't.
And
I was like, what? Blake Griffin put up 50?
Yeah,
Exactly.
50.
That shouldn't happen.
It's been one guy keeping him in the game. The Cleveland, it was Sexton keeping him in the game all night. And for Jersey, it was Russell.
Yeah.
Jersey.
For the
Brooklyn?
Nets. Oh, Brooklyn. I still call them the Jersey
Brooklyn.
Nets. The Net. I was just calling them the Nets. It was Russell. I mean,
Well, where do they
Dinwiddie had
play?
31, but Russell, I mean, it's been one guy
The
keeping
one
him in the game
person.
over and over. Hey, you know what, Brett? How about you keep your best defender on that guy?
But who do you think that best
Stop
defender is?
switching.
Right, which happened in the game against Kemba when he finally put Butler on him in overtime, and Butler got the
Got the
block.
better of
So who would you
Right.
say our best defender is
It's
right
Butler.
now? You think it's Butler?
It's Butler.
Probably Jimmy
Isn't that the
Butler.
reason they got him?
Yeah,
Isn't he a defenseman?
exactly.
Yeah.
But he's
Use him for what he's
again.
for.
They're constantly switching off. So at one point Butler may be guarding a guy. Next thing you know, he's not.
Yeah.
And it's freaking Wilson Chandler. Come on.
Yeah. Wilson Chandler.
I'm all, like I said, I'm all for the switching on defense and the communication and everything. But there's a time that you got to buckle down.
and stick
Barrel
with that
down.
person.
Right.
You got
I
to
was
stare
gonna
down that barrel and just
Exactly.
pull that
I think
trigger.
Exactly.
the only
Your video game now
Punch
is in
your
my
voice.
head.
Red Dead Redemption.
the only time the only
Not a sponsor of the Joy Buzzer.
Would like to be, though.
Would love to be.
the only time I think it'd be switched off unless you get a screen against you, and in that case, that should be the only time.
It's
you
part of
get
the
switched
game.
off.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Being able to switch.
Kept punching my damn horse. Poor Boo.
Hopefully the Sixers will be punching the Washington Wizards horses.
Right about now.
Right about now.
Right about
They've been
now.
on for about a half hour.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not bad.
Clap your hands, everybody.
So yeah, they've got them. They got the Grizzlies coming up Sunday.
That's right.
And then the big game
game
Wednesday,
is Wednesday.
Toronto.
against Toronto, who just beat Golden State.
Golden State.
With,
Golden State has a bunch of issues now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
They
but
have a
they're,
bunch
you know,
of issues.
Durant dropped
Steph-
50.
Steph
But you know
isn't
what?
in there.
When Steph comes back and
Oh, yeah,
Draymond
they're-
Green comes back, they're going to be in the. They'll be
Yeah,
better.
you know
There's
what?
no doubt about it.
I think you saw a preview of the finals last night. I think Toronto and Golden State are the class of the two divisions.
I see that.
Wow.
Either
They
that or
put the
Milwaukee.
Sixers up there.
That or Milwaukee.
You know what? I don't think Milwaukee is ready to take the. In fact, I think we're going to be better than Milwaukee.
Really?
The
Are
Sixers.
we going to be better
Or
than the Celtics?
Or the Sixers landing it.
You know what? The Celtics have been laying an egg.
Yeah,
so
Celtics
far.
haven't been doing that well.
So the
Celtics
Sixers
actually have
could
a
jump
losing
them this
record.
year
They should.
with Butler, Adam Butler.
I think
They
Butler was
should.
the
Adding-
missing piece.
Adding Butler is a.
I think Butler
get
was
rid
the
of
missing piece.
get rid of Bumco.
And you know what's funny about that? Covington's playing his ass off in Minnesota. They love him out there.
Yeah, I'm sure
Good.
they do.
Stay out there. Stay out there.
That's a Cal,
And they probably love Shishi too, right?
Well,
Cal
they
Picker.
didn't.
Cal Picker.
I love
better.
Dario Saric. Man, I didn't want to see him go.
Nobody did, but you got to
But-
see someone you don't want to see
Right,
go
exactly.
to get a big
You
deal.
got to
Right.
go. So you got to give something to get something, and
Right.
that's what we did.
Who was
And
it?
I love Butler.
Who was the other guy that we got from Minnesota? It was Butler and
Patton.
Patton. He's still hurt, isn't he?
Yeah, well, apparently, according to someone we work with, Pete, he's always hurt.
Right.
Hey, it was exactly what we did though. We didn't like Covington. Didn't like what he did. Threw him in with the deal.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Well, I can't even do that with Voracek. Okay.
Voracek.
Sixers talk. Sixers talk. We had enough Flyers. I want to talk for once.
Okay.
Well, that's it for this half
Yeah,
of
I
the
was gonna say, we do got to take a break.
God damn it.
We come back from the break. We're going to discuss some Eagles. We're going to discuss next game. We got to touch on last night's Dallas Saints game. We got a lot of things to talk about coming up after the break.
Oh, is that now?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Sure, why not?
This is Rob C., the instigator, and you're listening to The Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Broadcast media is all around you, and it's the people with media skills who work in this amazing industry. How do you gain those skills? The Philadelphia area campus of Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Affordable training in months, not years, without decades of debt. 1-800-TV-RADIO or GoCSB.com.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C., the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new sports talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
And we're back.
Oh, mine was better than that. We're back.
Wow. Got a little deep throat throttle on there.
I know.
Is the Punisher in here?
I think his other ball finally dropped.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Only waiting almost 19 years.
18, 19 years? I
think he shit his pants on that one.
So what, 17, 16 years? Give a couple year buffer in the beginning.
Yeah, give me a little bit of cushion there.
For the push-in.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Eagles now.
The Eagles won a game against the Giants last week that, let's face it, they had no business winning.
Big whoop.
They should have lost that game.
The Giants' offensive coordinator won us that game. Only having Barkley give him 4 touches in the second half.
That was the biggest thing. Barkley he's got to be injured because why would you not play him? So,
that or he was in on his bookie, and his bookie called him and said, "Yeah, what are you doing?"
But that was the biggest. That was the only difference in the second half.
We had no business
Barkley
winning that game.
Nope, no Barkley. It saved our season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think the Giants want to lose at this point.
Barkley's in there,
think
we
wanna
lose.
Yeah, it was bad. We have our defense is just all of a sudden ridiculously bad.
We don't have any. We have
Our
no
linebackers
corners.
suck.
But should you blame that on injury or no?
No,
because a lot of injuries, like McLeod in the beginning of the year, that hurt us big.
You can blame that on injuries this year because I mean we have corners on our team that weren't on this team a month ago.
I can't even name our starting corners.
Right,
I can't even name them.
I know one of them. I know one of them's Dickie Hurts.
That's where he landed. Good for him. He got out of ShopRite.
I know one's Rasul Douglas, and that's about I know.
Again, though, just think about last year.
You're the one who keeps saying don't bring up last year.
I'm not.
You're the one who keeps bringing up last year.
I got a point to this. My point is we had a shit
I get
ton
it.
of injuries
Next
year.
guy up. I get it. But
Not
who's
even-
our next
not
guy?
even- Not even next guy up. Just we had a shit ton of injuries, and we bowled through it.
Looks like we're not doing it this year.
But not even. It wasn't just depth last year. It was the guys that were our backups were great. Mm-hmm. This year
we don't know.
This year
we don't know.
This year it's the starters hurt, the backup hurt, and now I mean I'm up next in corner.
Yeah.
God, I hope I don't get a phone call, but it's going to happen. We're definitely screwed.
I've already decided that this whole season has been basically a gimme for me.
I think
got my Super Bowl.
I think we'll be lucky if we
So,
make the wild card.
I whatever happens to me.
Wild
I'm
card,
not
we still
gonna
got
be
a
crazy.
chance at the freaking division. I mean, after last night,
I'll tell you
less
what.
of a
passing
shot.
Washington, yes.
I don't want to say this out loud. It hurts, but
Wanna
the
shut your
Dallas
mic off?
Cowboys are for real.
God damn it.
The Dallas Cowboys defense is big time.
I think
You
Washington.
got to give. It's more their defense is coming around.
I think Washington losing Alex Smith was huge.
Who? Oh yeah.
Oh, this page isn't ready.
Oh damn. I didn't have that on anyway.
And they didn't have it on. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think losing.
I don't think it wouldn't matter. I think it's Dallas.
No.
And
You think it wouldn't matter? You saying that Thanksgiving game if Alex Smith didn't and Colt McCoy wasn't, they would have
lost anyway. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. In my mind, they would have lost. The Dallas defense is for real. Dakota is getting a nice, good.
No, that
him and Amari Cooper are gelling. You got a top 5 running back in Elliott. Mm-hmm. This Dallas team's for real.
Offensive line is still somewhat good.
They're reminding me the way this defense is playing for Dallas. They're reminding me of those Seahawks Legion of Boom.
Yeah,
where you don't need Dakota to be a superstar.
Right.
You know,
just
You
don't
just need
lose
him
him the game.
not to hurt the team.
Just
don't
lose him
hurt
the
the
game.
team.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't turn it
Just
over,
keep
did he, last
handing it
night?
over to Elliott.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he's got a nice rapport with Amari Cooper right now, which sucks.
Why did Oakland let him go? Why?
Oh,
Well, no, you
Oakland
know what?
wasn't going to do anything.
Oakland
with
got 2 first-round draft picks. I would have let him go too for 2 first-round draft picks. That's
And
why I want
especially-
Jerry
and they-
Jones to be the GM of Dallas forever. He's going to keep making stupid fucking deals like this. Please,
Dude, it's obviously not a stupid
Please.
goddamn deal. Look how they're doing now.
yeah, but you're giving him 2 number 1 draft picks.
Oakland's rebuilding, and they clearly made that obvious.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're looking
John
for.
Gruden still needs to go.
They're looking for Vegas.
No.
They're
No,
Vegas.
I think Gruden has a plan. He's following it to a T.
He's building for Vegas.
Yep.
But back to the
Exactly what he's
Eagles-Giants
doing.
game.
But back to that. Sorry, Rob. Gee, sorry.
You're off the rails.
God damn, I tried to talk
Saquon
about
Bar-
Oakland for 1 second.
We did.
God damn it.
But yeah, you have to. Nick made the point. Yeah, they definitely gave us that game because Saquon Barkley had 13 carries for 101 yards,
and we couldn't stop him.
And we couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
And two.
And then why? Why didn't they just continue to run the ball on us?
Right, and
that's why I think
he was hurt. He had to be hurt.
I don't think he was hurt.
He had to be.
I don't
Because
think he was
why would
hurt.
you not let him touch the ball? He shredded us in the first half. And
Because-
it's been proven the past couple weeks that we can't stop the run for anything right now.
Because
So why
Pat
would you-
Shermer's an idiot. That's why.
That's why. Yep.
I don't think so. I think
I still think
He's-
Eli
he's
needs
hurt.
to
I
go
got to
for
get
them.
Eli his passes.
I still think Eli.
Eli is what he is, and Eli knows what he is. He knows he's a 37-year-old quarterback on his way out. Mm-hmm. It's just a question of when he wants to stop playing.
Right.
That's all it is.
He threw for 297 yards.
Right. I'm saying he could still make a few throws. Not all of them. He doesn't have the arm strength
I
anymore.
was gonna say he can.
He never really had the brains, but he could still make a few throws. Unfortunately for the Giants, they can't tell Eli when to leave. He's got to say, "I'm ready to leave."
no, he's like tenured, and it's his team.
Right, exactly.
You
And
think of
he
the
is
Giants,
a
you
two-time
kinda
Super
think-
Bowl
yeah.
winner.
Right.
Granted, he didn't win the Super Bowl, but
I was
he
going
is
to
still
say
a
he didn't,
winner.
He didn't
do
win.
anything.
He showed up.
They, in Saquon Barkley, they got the perfect guy to build around.
Oh, by the way, besides what he did as a rusher, Saquon Barkley had 7 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Got targeted 8
The
times.
kid's a freak. I'm
I'm
telling you. Kid's
I
a
hate
freak.
I hate the fact that team
He's wearing- yep.
that he's wearing a Giants uniform.
I do too.
Okay.
You think y'all hate it? I
just-
wanted
it's
him
just-
to be an Eagle for like the longest time.
We gotta
And
watch
it's
him
just-
twice a year now. Just kick our ass.
And it's just
Yeah.
scary of
Just
how
run
bad
all over us.
how bad that offensive line is, knowing that potentially right now he could be injured.
yeah.
But you know what running back is doing good right now? My man Josh Adams.
Oh,
I had to give him
My
Notre Dame.
man Josh Adams.
What do you have?
He had-
84 yards and a touchdown, right?
Yes, sir.
He
And a
has-
2-point
on 22
conversion.
carries.
he has no option to what to be good right now.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
man.
it's pretty much all right, Josh.
It's
Here
yours.
you go.
Do something.
My
Because
man
they're
Josh
definitely-
Adams.
They're definitely not giving it to Smallwood, so I got to drop him off my fantasy team.
Yeah.
So,
And we got nobody else.
And Corey Clement is just.
Clements.
Although he did
Clement.
have 45 yards on 5 carries for Corey Clement, but
all
Corey
right.
Clement needs that changeup guy.
Yeah.
He's more effective when you've got a big back carrying more of the load, because then your
Yeah.
Corey Clement, your Wendell Smallwoods, and although we'll never see him again,
Sprawlsy.
Darren
Sproles.
Sproles.
He's
Yeah,
gone.
he's
He's,
gone.
he's going to retire.
Yeah,
after this
he's
year.
Ajayi's gone.
Well, Jahi's been gone. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, you don't see him in the Eagles uniform next year.
And next
No.
thing you know, my man Josh Adams stepping up to the
But
plate.
I was watching Chris Sims last night, and he actually made a decent point because I think Chris Sims is pretty smart, even though his father is. The Eagles run outside too much. They've got to start attacking the gut.
They don't have a middle guy.
Well, Josh Adams did run up the tackles a few times.
That's what they said
That's
they
where he
gotta-
scored his touchdown.
They
Yeah.
got to start. They
We're
got
up
to
the
keep
gut.
between the tackles because they don't have the speed guys to run outside. They're not.
Sproles.
Sproles not even that face. He's just
well, hold
shifty.
on.
He's just hard to
But-
bring
but
down.
most of the time, all right, they don't run outside. But remember, this is
No,
an
they
Andy
can't
Reid
run outside.
This is an Andy Reid offense. So when you don't run outside, what do? You do the little banana outs,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you do the little,
Or the screen pass.
the screen
or whatever.
pass.
But even
Yeah.
when we had, I mean, we misused DeMarco Murray hugely.
Well, that was Chip.
That was Chip Kelly,
still-
though.
That
That
was
was Chip
Chip.
But
Kelly.
still, even when we have a running back that can be shoved up the middle,
But you know what? I think DeMarco Murray going back was a product of that offensive line because when you see he went to Tennessee, he did no better.
no, he did a lot better because
No,
he
he
ran
did
up
a
the,
lot
because he
better.
ran up the
I
middle.
His first year there, he did a lot better.
He
Yes.
gained, 900 yards?
Because they ran him up
1,000 yards.
Yeah, they
He
ran
was over 1,000
They
yards.
ran him up the
don't-
middle.
I don't think
they
he did all that
said,
much better.
They go, here, take this football, go run straight. And
But
they
again,
did, and it
again,
worked.
Do you really
I
think?
think
Do
he
you really
was-
think he's going to do good when they just
Bounce
drafted
him to the
I
outside?
think
Derrick
he was
Henry?
a true product of an offensive line in Dallas. That's my thing. That's my take. But getting back to this team, I think they've got to run between the tackles a lot more.
You just need to run.
Yeah,
They need to run.
They need a running
Yeah.
back that would help.
they got one. Josh Adams.
I think Adams is good. I don't think he's good enough to shoulder the load.
Hey,
but I think he's good.
He's
And
good.
I think he's got to stick around.
He's
for a
good.
while.
He's good enough. He's good what we got right now.
What do you see happening Monday night when we take on Washington? It's in Philly.
We should win.
We have that, but they got Colt McCoy now.
Well, from what I heard, too, we're getting back Rasul Douglas, we're getting back Sidney Jones, and we're getting back another one of the D-backs. Can only help.
Can it?
It's got to.
We can't go down
It's
from
got
here.
to.
Can it?
Because let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of Malcolm Jenkins, but Malcolm Jenkins played his ass off on
You're not a fan of
Sunday.
him?
I'm not.
Really?
Off the field.
But
Yeah,
I
but
think
On the field. This is on the field.
On the field.
On the
He
field.
played
He's-
his ass
And
off.
he was the only one that
one.
was pissed after that Saints game.
Yeah.
You could tell he was.
and you saw him at every single play.
What's
That's the first date.
Yeah,
You saw him at
think
every
we're
single
married.
play against the Saints.
he
every
tackled
time,
more than the linebackers
yes.
did.
Yep.
So-
Every time somebody got tackled, you saw Jenkins in that
Do
picture.
we have linebackers? I haven't seen them in a couple of weeks.
And that's the scary thing. Watching this Dallas game against the Saints, their linebackers tackle. Their
That
linebackers were
Van Der Esch
everywhere.
kid is a monster.
Yeah, that one.
He's a savage.
The one guy just kicked our ass.
Yeah.
That's filling in for what did you say his name was?
Van Der Esch.
Yeah.
Van Der-
Yeah.
whatever
He
the
kicked
hell
our
his name-
ass.
Van Der, whatever the hell his name
You're
is.
asking the wrong person.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's the guy that Dallas took because we snuck up and took the tight end. We should have taken this guy instead.
But
Yeah,
we
but
had,
who knew this kid was going to blow up like
But
this?
And I like Dallas Goddard.
but we had linebackers.
Again.
Did we? Who?
I would say yeah.
Who?
Hey, I like my man Hicks. Hicks is good.
Where's he been since, I don't know, the beginning of October?
I don't know.
He tore something. He's out.
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
It doesn't matter. Even
We
if
can't
he's-
take any more
When
injuries
he's
at
on
this
the
point.
field, he's invisible.
That's not entirely true.
I haven't seen
He
him make a
hides.
play yet this year.
He has the grass outfit on. He lays on out. Can't see him.
No, I'm sorry.
Last second.
Our defense in whole is not doing that
I
good.
agree.
So
I
don't just
agree.
blame it on one set. The whole defense
you-
alone is
you
not
know-
doing it. Our so-called Pro
This-
Bowl defensive line, where have they been?
Wait a minute. This defense is predicated on the fact that when against the run, our defensive line is supposed to take out the offensive lineman and have the linebackers make a play. That's the way this defense is built. to
Yes, but
stop the
everyone's
run.
talking about a Pro Bowl defensive line.
You're not,
Where have they
you're
been?
not listening to me. The
I am listening
defensive
to
line
you.
is doing their job. They are taking out the offensive line on the run, and your linebackers are supposed to make the play. Where are your linebackers? Where's Bradham? Where's Hicks? Where's Bruget Hill, whatever the guy's name is?
You're right.
They're gone. You don't see them, and that's why these running backs are getting 15, 20 yards of carry and having our D-backs make a tackle because our linebackers are nowhere to be seen. Now, on the pass, yeah, the defensive line isn't getting there like they
No,
did last
they're not.
year. I'm hoping with Jernigan back, this maybe start trending the other way. Losing Derek Barnett's big.
Yeah.
You didn't realize how big losing Derek Barnett could be.
Yeah, young, he's fast. He
Right,
can
but
get
he
around
got to the
tackle a lot
quarterback.
better.
He didn't always make the sack, but he got to the quarterback and
He
maybe
created
changed
some
it.
pressure there.
Right. So, but against the run, the D-line's doing a job, but against the pass, they're not.
No.
Against Washington, now Washington's offensive line is always banged up, but they always seem to play well against the Eagles.
Division.
Right. I'm not. I want to pick the Eagles. I don't know if I am.
I'm not expecting a lot at all out of either.
So
It's gonna be a boring game.
my
I don't know.
question,
Monday night they're going to be up for it and stuff.
my question is,
a
what's
blackout.
going on with Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz isn't looking that
because
good.
Carson Wentz is trying to do
Don't-
too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't say because he's still injured.
No.
No,
Oh,
I'm
he
not
is.
saying
He's
He
inside.
is.
He's inside his head.
He's still.
I'm
he's
just
still
saying,
hurting.
like, what is going on with him?
But he's taken this whole team on his shoulders and trying to do more than he's capable of doing.
We have
Yeah.
too many receivers. He's got to look too many ways because he has a lot of guys that
And he's
can catch
holding
the ball.
on to the ball.
Yes, and that's what I was afraid was going to happen. With
And let's not forget,
Golden.
Alshon is came off of an injury. He hasn't, and Wentz did not remember. He didn't have a preseason.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
his
No, he
preseason
missed-
was
the
game
first
3.
couple games. Yeah,
So he's starting to warm up a little.
starting to warm up, but I just
that offense is just.
I thought that the Golden Taint thing was going to hurt us a little
Right.
bit because now he
Too
has,
many
he has
receivers.
another dude to look at, and it's showing.
and that's how he's failure. In that the running backs went down, he went out and got another receiver.
Right.
Right,
You
it
know?
doesn't make sense.
That's what made me mad even most of all. Like we needed a running back. Why'd you go get a receiver?
Why'd you go get Golden Tate?
Exactly.
Running back or offensive lineman, that would have just helped.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Anything but a receiver would have helped.
Right,
Anything
you
but a
didn't need
receiver.
another receiver.
Yeah, it was the only position you didn't need.
Exactly.
Because that, granted, nobody here likes him and stuff, but you're taking touches away from all the other guys that they brought in, like Matthews and Aguilar. Even
Yeah.
I got no problem with Matthews because that was Wentz's favorite receiver. But you bring him in, fine,
you're
great.
bringing
You didn't,
Tate
need Gold,
in.
you didn't need Gold Tate.
Yeah, you didn't bring.
Or you got Gold Tate, now you let go of Matthews.
Right.
Somebody has to give. We can't have 5 receivers that he's going to trust in all of them.
Yeah.
Because he's not working fast enough through his progressions.
And he's holding on to the ball, and he's not been as mobile as he was last year
Yeah.
because he's still.
A little tentative.
He's tentative on
but
that
he's still. I don't know.
But that offense
He's
needs
off.
to get better.
He's very off.
The whole team needs to get better.
Well, the whole team needs to get better, but that offense can't fucking slosh around for.
Now, see,
for
you're
two,
saying offense. I think it's all defense.
The offense.
I think the defense is
doesn't
your
generate
Achilles heel.
anything until the third
Yeah, because we're not scoring in the red
We're
zone
not
at all.
scoring.
No.
Not scoring at all. But even when we're in the red zone, we're not scoring. That's not
That's
the
what I'm
defense.
saying. The whole team needs to do something because the
entire
offense
team.
is looking good. The defense is definitely not looking good.
Yeah.
See, I'm saying I blame it all on the defense. Put it all on the defense.
There's plenty of blame to go around.
There's
The
the
offense
defense-
hasn't played
the
well.
defense is not getting turnovers. They're not getting pressure on the quarterback.
The offense isn't
and
scoring.
the running is getting run all over.
But the offense is going 3 and out quick and not giving the defense any help. It's the whole team.
It's stuttering and doesn't do anything. It doesn't get going until the third quarter. By that time, your defense
You're
has
out of
been
it.
on the field.
Yep.
There's plenty of blame to go around.
Whereas last season it was going into the third quarter, it was
You had
still a
to
close
lead,
game.
yeah, or you had to lead.
Or close game to where they make the adjustments, and it worked. This year they're too far behind, and they don't make well enough adjustments.
And
this
yet,
year.
if they win the next 2 games, they're tied for first place.
Right. Well,
Isn't that what's nuts?
I don't
Is the
think-
fact
I
that
don't-
we played this bad and we still have a shot at the win the division?
absolutely. Well, we
Unless
got to beat
Dallas
this.
wins.
record.
But again, this the NFC East has always been up for grabs for as long as we can remember.
Yeah,
It's
right.
always
They-
been up there. It's always came down to week 17, except for last year. But it always came down to week 17, always.
Yeah, that
so
was
I'm not really surprised
like
that
what?
this game's.
Yeah,
this
but
division
still-
Week
for
15,
grabs.
14,
We
when
have to
clinched
win
the
the
division, and you wanted to fire the coach?
Yeah, we still have to win the division to get to the
Still do.
playoffs.
Yeah.
We have
Oh,
to win the
absolutely.
division.
We
to
we
get
have to
Absolutely.
basically win every division game from here on out.
Well, not only
Almost.
that, and then we're going to need some help because as of
Yes,
now,
but
probably
we
Dallas,
have other than division games, we have the Texans and the Rams.
right.
Rams were
The
out.
Rams were probably not winning there.
Yo,
And
yo,
here-
telling you.
let me tell you
here's the
something.
thing.
We're beating the Rams. I'm telling you that
Can we
right now.
soundbite that?
Yeah, soundbite that.
Can we soundbite that?
We'll beat the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, what about the Texans? Then you think we beat the Texans?
No, I don't.
We can beat anybody, but it's going to come down is we have to win the division, or we don't win because even if we tie for the division or whatever,
I think we lost all the tiebreakers
we
so
we
far.
lose all the
Yeah.
tiebreakers
Because our conference
because
record
of our
is shit.
conference record.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
we've got to win a division, like win out.
We have to outright
We
win
have
the
to win the
division.
division.
So it's all going to come down to that second game against Dallas.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, even Washington. We have to beat Washington
Well, we have to
Monday
beat
night.
Washington twice.
Yeah.
Well, should we do next game?
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
we
Don't
won't.
we?
Well, predictions for this game.
Well, we could do that on next game on Monday night.
I was just.
Are we gonna blow through this next game real quick?
Yeah, let's run through the next game.
Okay.
There it is.
Haven't heard this in so long.
Next game brought to you by nothing.
First game. Who's our first game?
Our first game is the Baltimore Ravens going to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
By the way, on this next game, there's a lot of shit games this week. There's
Yeah,
a
They're
ton of
always
shit
shit.
games.
Yeah.
Mr.
A
Football.
ton of shit games.
Mr.
this week.
Football.
Yeah, I don't
over
care.
here.
I don't care. Next
I don't care. They're all shit.
I got Atlanta. Atlanta. at
I'm
home.
taking Baltimore.
I'm taking Atlanta.
Where is this?
It's in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta.
I'm gonna take Baltimore.
Can I change my pick?
Go ahead, I'll stand out.
I don't know. He was the one that had the best record
Yeah,
last week.
so
That's true.
He said, "Fuck it."
Next game.
Next game, the Panthers travel to Tampa Bay to take on that crab leg stealing, Uber molesting, bench riding.
No, Uber settling.
Uber settling.
Uber settling.
Non-bench riding.
Starting again. Heisman Trophy winning.
It don't matter. We're still in Carolina. It don't matter.
It's Carolina.
It was Carolina.
Carolina.
So, congrats, Buccaneers.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston's gonna throw for like 500
6
yards.
touchdowns.
Yeah, as long as it's all to Mike Evans, I don't care.
Are we
Next game.
all going Carolina on that
All
one?
going Carolina.
Oh, going Carolina.
I'm going to take Tampa.
You taking Tampa?
Yeah, I'm going to take Tampa.
You're a crazy son of a bitch.
Next game, the Chicago Bears travel to New York to take on Saquon Barkley.
I'm taking Chicago.
Chicago.
Taking Chicago.
I'm taking Chicago. Chase Daniels is going to be
Daniels
the
is
starter.
starting
And
again.
it's the Mitch.
No, it's not Mitch.
It's not Mitch.
It's
It's
Chase
Chase
Daniel
Daniel.
and Matt.
What happened to Mitch?
He's hurt.
He's hurt.
Daniel and Mac. Daniel and Mac.
Daniel and Matt.
Gosh.
I'm going to go the Giants.
Wow.
Just because they're home. No other reason.
But again,
Barkley's hurt.
Barkley could take on 22 people by himself.
He's taking on Mac, though, right?
Is that a gangbang?
It's a freight train.
Oh.
Where are we going?
What do you got, Rob?
Oh, I got the Bears.
Okay. Stop Bears.
Next game.
Oh.
Next game.
Scared me a little.
Buffalo Bills go to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Jeez, they are shit games.
This is
Shit games. Shit games.
Actually, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this
You
one.
don't know about this.
Where you
one.
going?
No,
The
about this
Dolphins
one.
are taking this one.
You say that now.
Dolphins?
Dolphins.
I'm going Buffalo.
People, we are living in a time where the Cleveland Browns are doing better than the Jags. So anything could happen at this point.
Cleveland's won 2 weeks in a row. They're
Exactly. We're
Browns have
in
the same record as Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, this is the type we're living in now.
Dolphins win.
I'm gonna take Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo.
Oh.
Fish. We're taking Buffalo.
So the father and son are taking Buffalo?
Exactly.
I want to change my pick.
You go ahead.
Who you got, Nikki?
I got Miami.
Yeah.
All right. Next game.
Next game, the de facto now hottest team in football, those Indianapolis Colts, travel to Jacksonville to take on. Well, not Blake Bortles. Is it Blake Bortles?
No, it's
Bortles.
Cody
It's
Kessler.
Cody Kessler.
Cody
Wow.
Kessler.
Best team in the league, right?
You know,
Best team in the
Best
league.
team in the league.
this
3-8.
team is this team's actually a bigger disappointment than the Eagles as the Jaguars. I just
Probably.
can't-
Yeah, because this was supposed to be their step
They
up here.
need a quarterback.
right.
They need a quarterback.
Blake.
But you know what? They knew they needed a
Bortles.
quarterback, and they didn't go out and get it. And
So why are they signing Blake Bortles then?
I don't know.
I got Indy.
I don't know. I'm taking,
And they
I'm taking
don't
the
have
Colts as
Fournette
well.
either. They do not have Fournette
Fournette got
either.
suspended for
Yes.
being an asshole and getting in a fight after last game. I'm taking
Yes.
the
But an
Colts as well.
asshole.
Taking
The Colts to win their 5th in a row.
Absolutely.
Frank Reich.
Frank Reich is
turning
now
that team
coach
around.
of the year.
Everybody got
I
an Indy.
wouldn't say that.
Frank
but
Reich is coach of the year.
Everybody going Indy?
I'm going Indy.
I'm going Indy.
All right. Next game.
Next game.
Next game, that Baker Mayfield and those Cleveland Browns travel to Houston to take on those
I
Texans.
feel like this is gonna be a good game.
this is going to be a good
Do
game.
you know right now
Houston.
Cleveland actually has more road wins than Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Bay has none.
And
Cleveland
don't
has
forget,
one.
Cleveland should have beat the Saints.
Yeah.
Yes, they
If
should
they had a
have.
They had
kicker,
them on the road.
they
They had a
would have
kicker.
they would have beat
Yep.
the
They
Saints
would've
this
You
year.
are
beaten the
correct,
Saints.
sir.
In New
Cleveland
Orleans.
Cleveland would be like 6 games above 500 if they had a
Yeah.
kicker
if they,
right
if
now.
they had a kicker. They had a kicker.
They would have beat
they'd have-
Pittsburgh. They would have beat New Orleans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm still taking Houston, but I like what Cleveland's doing.
Yeah, I got Houston.
I'm taking Houston.
I'm going to take the Browns.
Yeah,
There
you
you go.
are. Yeah, crazy bastard.
I'm the best.
It's either the smart decision
I'm
I've
the
seen
bastard.
or the dumbest decision I've seen.
Whatever it is, we're going to the next game.
Next game, those Denver Broncos travel to Cincinnati to take on those reeling Bengals.
the second hottest team in football.
I
is
got
Denver.
Denver.
I've been picking Denver, and they've been winning.
They're the second hottest team behind the Colts. It's them.
Yeah.
And I'm starting
I
to
like-
Knocked off
defensive-
Pittsburgh.
I like their running back, Lindsey. Lindsey has been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
He's been doing really
I'm
well.
going Denver also.
You know what?
That's
I'm
my
gonna-
team. Go away.
I'm going to take Denver as well because their defense has got to come up big for me in fantasy this week.
Where you going?
I'm going Denver.
So congratulations on
Damn
the
it,
Bengals. for
Cincinnati.
the win. Yeah.
Why they got?
Cincinnati's real, and they're in trouble.
Oh,
No, they lost Andy Dalton for the year.
Yeah, that's Andy
Andy
Dalton.
They're
Dalton.
reeling. They're in
And,
trouble.
and AJ Green, we don't know if he's going to play, if he's hurt,
Right.
what's the deal.
Yeah.
And you know what? They still got the dumbest fucking coach I've ever seen in my life roaming the sidelines. And then they go out and hire Hugh Jackson.
Yeah.
That
Next
game.
game!
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to
it.
say it.
I said it already.
The LA Rams travel to Detroit to take on the Lions.
Oh, this is going to be ugly.
Is it?
This
Is
is going to be
it?
a
You
massacre.
think?
Is it?
I
don't know.
I think the Rams are going to win by 40.
Possibility.
I just no. Let me tell
Aaron
you something.
Donald is too much.
The
man.
Lions shot their load when they beat the Patriots. That was their season. That was their season. I'm taking the Rams to just eat them up, spit them out, and shit them out.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be closer than that. I don't think the
I think
Rams
it's
go
gonna
in
be-
there and blow it in that.
I think it's gonna be closer than.
But the Rams do win.
Overall, the Rams win.
Gurley might have 5 touchdowns. Next game.
All right, I don't get the pick. Fuck you guys.
Didn't you say the Rams?
I said it's gonna be closer. No, you said everyone's going Rams.
You are, aren't you?
I'm going Rams.
I'm going Detroit now.
Wow. Okay. Well, Nick, there's a loss for you.
He's gonna change that.
I'm the only one to pick Denver against Pittsburgh. Nobody had any faith in the Mile High Crew.
All right, next game.
Yeah, next game.
Arizona travels to Green Bay to take on the Packers.
Who cares?
Is Aaron Rodgers now the most overrated guy in football?
I'm saying is since he's my fantasy quarterback and suck balls.
But he's at home.
In both leagues.
In both leagues.
The Packers are
You said that before, and they still got their asses kicked a couple times.
in Lambeau. I don't know if the Packers get their asses
The Packers are going to win this game because the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's Josh.
I'm going
Josh
Arizona.
Rosen.
I'm going Arizona.
I don't think
Are you?
they're just not that good.
They're just not that good. I think the
They
Packers.
need to give Josh Rosen some help, not just.
Oh yeah.
So you guys all going Packers?
I'm going Packers.
Where has David Johnson vanished to?
No, he's been playing. He just has been having great numbers as he used to be.
Right, and he still has Larry Fitzgerald, who
Yeah,
got
the
limited.
110-year-old wide receiver
who still can
who
rock
somehow is
it. Scored 2 touchdowns in a game.
doing what he's
ago.
normally doing. I know that man's crazy. I don't know. I'm thinking AA Rondo.
Yeah, Packers.
Packers.
Next game.
Next game, those Kansas City Chiefs travel to the Black Hole to take on the Raiders.
Still picking the Raiders this week,
Still picking the Raiders?
Zach?
Shit, I don't know. They're gonna get blown out.
Kansas City
bad.
can win this game by 104.
They can sit Patrick. They can sit all of their stars
hold
and
on,
they'll
guys.
still win.
They could sit Kermit the
Guys,
Frog,
guys.
and
Calm down. It's still a division game.
I don't think that
And
matters.
the Raiders and the Chiefs.
Rob,
Yeah.
look at me. There's no shot in hell Raiders are winning this game.
Oh, then you know what? I have more faith in your team than you do. I'll pick the Raiders.
I'm still picking Raiders. You know I have to.
Oh, Rick.
What?
You know.
just-
I've been picking the Raiders this whole year.
You just
Where are you
fucking
going?
blew.
I'm going Chiefs.
I've been picking the Raiders this whole year. I can't
But
just
the-
stop now
But how are you gonna pick them if you know they're gonna get blown out?
because they're my team.
I think you blew the board out on that
Someone
one.
grab your balls.
It finally dropped.
Hey.
There it is. We just witnessed it.
Next game.
Next game. That Sam Darnold leads the New York Jets,
Hey, you
where
remember
the
his
legend
name?
begins.
We're the
The
legend.
legend's gonna begin in Tennessee this weekend against the Titans.
What happened to Tennessee, man? They fell. Tennessee
Well, they,
fell.
they,
So
they,
decent.
they had the same thing as Detroit. The big win against the Patriots, and that's
They
it.
played
Oh,
Houston.
they beat Jacksonville too.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they beat us.
best team in the league.
No,
It's pretty
which-
good for them.
Which is in their,
And they beat
it was
us.
a
And they
division
beat us.
win, which they don't normally do. So that's a big win for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but then
beat us,
Houston.
too.
Yeah,
I'm going Tennessee.
I'm going Tennessee. To Tennessee.
I'm going Tennessee.
I guess I'll go Tennessee as well.
Way to go, Jets.
Oh, yeah. Way to go. Yeah. Just get away.
J.E.T.
Sam,
Yes.
here the legend starts.
Jets.
Next game.
Suck.
Next game, the 49ers travel to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Who
Yawn.
They're
Seahawks
playing well.
rolling again? Yeah.
Yeah, they're rolling.
I'll go Seattle, I guess. I don't want to.
I don't either. But
I'm not-
You
I'm-
gotta go Seattle because San Francisco just stinks.
They stink.
Yeah.
And
Nick Mullen and the 49ers.
Yeah. Is that where you're going?
Mullen.
Absolutely not. Seattle.
Seattle. I take it Seattle. They're finding their groove, and
Man.
who knows?
Yeah, Russell's playing well.
Yeah.
And I don't like Russell Wilson, but he's
Yeah.
playing
What?
very well.
I
You
don't
do
like
not like Russell.
I don't like him
I
either.
don't like him. He's a douche.
I don't. Yeah.
All right.
Everyone's
Just
a
because
douche.
he's
This week's title.
Hey, he's a douche.
He's a douche.
he's a dude.
Next game.
Those Minnesota Vikings travel up to Gillette Stadium to take on the Patriots.
I got Minnesota.
Now, at the beginning of the year, I thought this game would be awesome. Now it's just another game because both teams aren't. They're not bad. Don't get me wrong, but
Aren't
they're
they
not.
all just another game?
They're inconsistent. Very inconsistent.
It's always just another game.
I'm taking the Patriots just because it's Brady, and I'm not a fan of Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. So I'm taking the Patriots.
Where's this game at?
Well,
It's in
I
Foxborough.
imagine
Oh,
Rob's
Patriots.
taking the Patriots.
Of
Oh,
course
yeah,
he's taking
yeah,
the
most
Patriots.
definitely.
Are you kidding?
What interns he got Patriots?
Yeah, it's in Foxborough.
Let's go Minnesota. Next game.
Next game, Sunday night. Sunday.
Oh wait, that wasn't the Sunday night game.
No, this
No,
is,
this is
a Sunday night game.
Okay.
The LA Clippers travel to Pittsburgh to take on the
Oh,
Steelers.
okay.
This I'm hoping is a good game. I'm not excited because you got a West Coast team flying on the East Coast, and it's a little chilly out there in Pittsburgh.
It's a little chilly. Yeah.
And Chargers have no Melvin Gordon. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Chargers don't have anything right now. They just lost to Denver.
Yeah, so I'm taking Pittsburgh just because the Chargers are out of their element.
Yeah. I think this is where the Chargers start their yearly
Right.
slide.
Yes, that's what I mean. Everyone's like, Chargers are
They're
great, but I'm
consistent.
like, they always slide at the end of the year.
Yeah. So
I got Pittsburgh.
I'm taking the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers as well.
Steelers.
So congratulations, Clippers. You've won the game. Last game!
Monday night. And we might as well pick this game.
All
right now.
my rowdy friends are here for Monday night.
Wow.
That team from Washington travels to Philly to take on the Eagles.
The Redskins take on the Eagles. Zach, who do you
Again,
got?
that Washington.
Why do you come
defense
straight
will-
to me, man? I'm not ready for this. Go
That's
to
why I
Nick.
went to you first.
Shit. I don't know.
Shit.
Shit. I don't know. Man.
Thanks, Ty.
I don't know who's going to win.
I guess I'll go.
Zach,
Eagles.
let me ask you something.
Wait, who you going?
I'm going Eagles.
Oh. You knew you were going Eagles the whole time. Why
Yeah,
bother?
he knew it.
Nah, I honestly did. I had no clue.
on.
I wasn't
I know.
prepared for this, man.
I know.
Where are you going?
I know that the Eagles are going to blow the Redskins out.
Well,
Hey, he said Redskins.
I did too.
Oh, wow.
did.
Play that back.
Right. Now, I went against the Eagles last week, and they won.
You need to do it again.
So I'm betting the Washington Redskins this week.
Cool.
It's
I got
you.
Philly.
All right.
Hopefully they come out and they're blackout and they
probably not.
move on from the division win last week and keep
They
going.
got to keep winning.
If it was Alex Smith, I'd be going with Washington. But not with Colt
Well,
McCoy.
McCoy's got an extra, now they've
got an extra week
They've
of
been off
practice.
since Thursday. They played Thursday on Thanksgiving. So
It don't matter. It's freaking Colt McCoy.
I
know.
It don't
But
matter how much time he has
according
off.
to some, and it was, and I quote, he is the best backup in the league, according to some.
Who said
I
this?
thought Nick Foles was.
Who said this?
I'm just telling you.
Who said this?
Not me. I think he
think
stinks.
about it. Think about the game plan now. Colt McCoy actually has a little bit more movement than Alex Smith. He can scramble a little better.
Yeah.
But he
extend
hasn't won a
plays.
game.
But still,
He hasn't won a game.
He's won games as a pro in this league.
He's not a
You know
pro
what?
now.
yeah.
I'll be honest. My biggest worry is Adrian Peterson.
Well, yeah, because
We
that's
can't-
all
we
they
haven't
have to
stopped the
do.
run.
Oh, we don't have a running back.
And we can't stop the run.
We can't stop the run. That's my biggest worry. Jordan Reed, he's done.
He hasn't been playing well, Peterson.
Vernon Davis.
Cousins
whatever,
made
he's
Jordan
done.
Reed.
Who's their big receiver? Doxson or whatever. He stinks.
No, Paul Richardson.
Right.
They did just
Oh,
get,
that's much better.
They
Right.
just get haha.
And
haha
their
now.
Their
defense
is, yeah.
been playing. They were supposed to be better. The haha really hasn't improved them, but they're still somewhat
I
decent.
don't think HaHa's that big of an improvement, to be honest with you.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
think he's
that
great.
defense,
The better one they used to have.
yeah.
Oh, come on. So we'll see. Hopefully the Eagles will win. I'm not.
We need it.
Yeah, we do need
Keep
it.
the season alive. It's kind of not
We
really.
gotta win.
It's not win out, but
Yeah.
got to win division.
And I mean, I'll tell you, watching that Dallas game last night really shattered my confidence because they really looked good. I hate saying it. I hate it. I freaking hate it.
You suck.
It's driving me nuts.
It's all going to come down to that last game against Dallas late in the year.
I know. Last game is against Washington. We played Dallas in 2 weeks. And
Well, that's
the
what I'm
last
saying.
of
It's
the playoffs.
gonna come down in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter if we beat Washington today and we lose to Dallas because that other Washington game is going to mean dead.
I hope so.
So
I hope so.
Well, that was next game this week.
it sure was.
Yeah, hey, that was fun.
That was fun. That was cool. Yeah.
We,
So
we,
blessed.
really, we really ran through that, didn't we?
A little bit.
They were all shit games.
They were shit games.
I can't remember that in the summer, Nick, when he's talking
Yeah.
about, oh, I want football.
I can't
back."
wait for football. It's football.
Oh, they're all
yeah,
shaking.
let's talk about real sport. Let's talk football. Rob.
When did I become Cunningham?
Rob.
I was going to say, hello, Cunningham?
Hey, when did I become Cunningham? I love baseball. I'll talk baseball for an hour. In fact, I want to mention the Phillies right now that they
Yeah, we're out of time. Though.
they let Patrick Corbin leave town and go up to the Yankees and sign a 6-year, $118 million deal.
Well, the Yankees were going to outbid them
Yeah.
anyway, and they need pitching.
But don't worry, Bryce Harper will come around.
Yeah.
Well, now there's a report that
Manny Machado, they're going hard after Manny. Again.
no, Madison Bumgarner from the Giants.
The Giants are listening to deals for
Yeah,
Bumgarner.
and I think we got some pieces to trade. A
do you want
dual-hitter.
Bumgarner, who's really not the Bumgarner from?
Yeah, but we need a lefty.
we do
very
need
much
a lefty, but we.
I don't want Machado.
I'm not. If we don't get Machado, it won't break my
No,
heart.
I'm fine with not getting Machado.
I want Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
I want Bryce Harper.
Want him?
I
bad.
want him.
You think we'll
bad.
give him
You want him bad?
$400 million?
I
get a
think,
fluffer back?
I
300?
think they'll give him 365. I think 365 over a dozen years.
You go
We'll take
overhand?
it. You can do that well. You're practicing.
What?
Underhand.
You're practicing. You guys
Oh,
are
of
doing
course.
very well. Very good.
Is it like
I'm glad. I'm glad the notes I gave you are working. But yes, I want Bryce Harper. 12 years. I think 12 years, 365 will take care of that.
12 years?
12 years.
When? We're not getting into that. That's next week on the Joy Buzzer.
So speaking of that, when's Mike Trout coming?
Next week on the Joy Buzzer.
But
Tune in next week
tonight,
to find out that answer.
so tonight after you get done
Is that
listening to
loaded?
hey, watch that finger. Tonight after you get done listening to the Joy Buzzer,
Go
make
see
sure
Michael McDonald at the Excite Center.
no.
Are we getting paid? Are we getting paid for this?
Yes, I'm getting paid for it.
What?
Hello?
Is it really?
Make
Where's
sure-
my cut?
No.
Where's my cut?
Where's my lunch?
Make sure you make your way down to South Street to the Tusk and watch Snakes and Vultures
To the People's Pizza.
to listen to my nephew
Go to-
and the
go to
greatest
Swifty
Philly
Pizza.
heavy metal band out there right now.
Yikes.
Still waiting for that check to clear.
Snakes and Vultures. The Tusk Room tonight.
The tusk.
And say Chris.
At the Tusk.
Say hi
Come
to
see
Chris.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
newly shaved head,
Anybody
shaved
who
face
listens to
Chris.
this runs down to the Tusk and punches my nephew in the face, I'll buy him a drink.
I swear, it was just like 20 people was coming.
20 people just gonna,
We're gonna see it
It's
on the
just gonna be-
news tomorrow.
Hey,
Where's my drink?
hey, Uncle Rob, what's happening? But no,
I'm first in line for that.
right? Well,
Wow.
it's because Snakes and Vultures is going to punch everybody in the face with their loud ass heavy metal.
Ooh, segue. Look at that.
Boom.
That was this
And-
week of the Joy Buzzer.
That's right. You can buy their EP on.
Oh,
Bandcamp.
stop! Until they pay us.
Whatever. I'm still waiting.
Now-
There's no check coming in.
They were an exit song on an old episode.
Chris Trainer's a
Oh,
good
we
dude.
want an exit song?
No. That was last episode.
Chris Trainer's a good dude. Go see them. Nikki Cola,
Jess.
thank you for being here.
Jess.
Thank you for running the board, setting everything up. It's Together Rob C.
Yes.
The return of the intern.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. His balls finally dropped.
There you go.
Balls
Like I
dropped.
said, 18, 19
The ball's
years.
finally dropped.
I am the commish. This is the Joy Buzzer. This was the Joy Buzzer. We will see you next Friday, 7 o'clock on the YouTube.
So long, farewell, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
No. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye.